Hey, Howard.
And welcome to HBCUbiz Summer Growth Summit as we get ready to jumpstart this season. That's right, jumpstart this season and really take on the second half. Actually, we're ironically the time of this recording, we're in the second half already. So I challenge you to keep making those adjustments. So today I'm excited about one of our speakers and our trainers. She's going to be sharing a lot about tweaking that social media game plan. So you see, you got to have a game plan first of all. That's right, game plan. Got to have a game plan, and then you can tweak it. So if you hadn't developed it, that's a different story, but we can help you with that. Hey, good morning, Turiya. Good afternoon, Turiya, depending on where you are, because you're traveling around the world and people are all around the world. How are you doing? I'll just say good day. How are you doing?
Good day, great day, Howard. I am doing marvelously well and improving. I like that. I stole that from one of my colleagues. Every time I hear him say it, just fills me up with joy. So I'm doing marvelously well and improving.
I'm doing marvelously well and improving, chaps, as they would say across the pond. But no, as we jumpstart into it, talk about the importance, first of all, of having a social media game plan. And I know you're going to go in detail, but just touch on the tip of what is a social media game plan.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that, unfortunately, when I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, they really don't have a game plan for their social media. So social media, sometimes, is a thing that kind of sits off like to the left or to the right. So you have your business plan, you have your business goals, and then somewhere over here, there's social media kind of floating around, right? And so one of the things that I'm dedicated to doing is to help shifting the mindset about social media and how we use social media and how to integrate social media into all aspects, of your business and all aspects of your goals to help power your goals. So that's what I'm going to be sharing a little bit about on our Summer Growth Summit. And so for those of you who have not created your social media plan in the beginning of the year, there is still hope. Let me just say that there is still hope. You will have the opportunity to craft a plan that will power the second half of your year.
It's something that when you talk about a plan, and I love, there's a quote that I heard is that if you plan it on paper, you can weld it in steel. And
Mm.
for me, that just simply says is that it can stand the test of change and the test of time.
Yeah.
Because what you start with, and that's the important part of halftime, we always talk about the locker room. And, I don't know what sport you played growing up or if you did play any sports down in the
I played
islands.
softball. Played softball.
Okay, so in between innings, the coaches would make adjustments.
Yeah.
You think about that. And so, softball doesn't have a halftime, but throughout the game, you're constantly making adjustments. And um, the year is actually done by the quarter. So therefore, I challenge people to really take this time before we get into this next month, and say, hey, what adjustments am I going to make to my social plan? What is one of the biggest mistakes you see people making with their social media plan?
Oh, the biggest mistake is not having one, like I said.
Okay,
Okay.
what's
And
1A then? What's 1A? Okay, I got a plan. I did do some planning, Miss Turiya. What?
And then the second challenge that people face, is being consistent and sticking with the plan. So you may have developed a plan, right? But how consistent are you in sticking with the plan? And it's one of the things that I share, with, I call my tribe superstars. Is one of the things that I share with my superstars all the time is like you have to plan to be consistent. So social media doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing. I get it. I know there are hundreds of platforms, out there. There are
Hmm.
millions of things that you can be doing on social media. But with that being said, it doesn't mean that you have to do that. So I am of the mindset is to pick one or two social media platforms. So I'm already, in the teaching mode already. 1 to 2 platforms. Develop a clear strategy. And when I say strategy, no, first outline how your social media efforts is going to match up to the goals that you want to achieve. So that's the very first thing. So there should be a matching, and you should know that, hey, this is the objective that I want to achieve, and how will social media help me, to move towards this objective, or get to the objective. Okay. So develop the strategy, 1 or 2 platforms at the most. And once you have built out that clear strategy and you're consistent on that platform, then you think about adding other platforms. Because here's the thing, Howard, each platform has a different strategy. And so one of the things that I see people doing all the time is trying to do the same thing, on each and every platform. And when they don't get the results that they're looking for, they're like, oh my gosh, social media is not working. It's a waste of time. And they stop. Okay. But just think about concentrating your effort, having a clear strategy, and then building into, your activity. How are you going to be consistent on your social media?
Yeah, I mean that's so key. It's not one size fit all, because that's and each platform targets a different
Yeah.
demo. Like
Mhm.
with HBCU Biz, we're primarily targeting HBCU business owners and Black owned businesses, and so LinkedIn is really our platform of choice,
Yeah.
because that's where people go to do business, and it's
Right. And Howard, I love that you say that, because one of the things, as you were talking about that, that I always share too, is people have different expectations when they are on different platforms. So for example, like you mentioned LinkedIn, and you're using LinkedIn, to grow HBCU Biz platform and HBCU Biz network, right? So
Mhm.
people who are on LinkedIn, they strategically come to LinkedIn for a purpose, and it's to grow their network. Okay. So here's the cool thing. They might not be on LinkedIn, all day, every day. And I know you probably noticed this. Like when you post on LinkedIn, or you reach out on LinkedIn and you send a message, the response time might be a little bit longer. So you might be like pulling out your hair, like, oh, I made a post and nobody engaged with the post, right? Don't be discouraged, because if you go back and you look, people are still engaging with the post 2, 3 weeks after you posted. That's because of their frequency on the platform. And then when you look at Facebook, on the other hand, more conversational, more engaging, people interact with their content right away. But people really don't buy stuff on people's timelines, on Facebook. So you have to have, a clear strategy on how you're going to approach each social media network, and how you're going to get the most out of your investment.
No, that's okay. So no, I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge each one of you to step up and definitely come and spend some time with us at the Summer Growth Summit. And we have, not only social media. Another key part, people are talking about how do I outsource. So we have uh, individual, Miss Jen, that will be helping us
Oh, yes.
understand that, and just marketing overall. Because see, social media is part of marketing. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a critical part, but it's just part. And so there will be some conversation and training. That's the great thing I love about Summer Growth Summit. Is not one of those things I challenge the speakers. Don't just get people excited. Okay, help them leave with the next 2 or 3 steps on that game plan. That's the key thing. Because
And and I have to say, Howard, every time you do the Summer Growth Summit, I'm so so honored to be a part of it, because it speaks to your heart, and your heart of service. And I just love that you take a look at all of the entrepreneurs, the business leaders who are looking, to once again get to the next level, set the goals, accomplish the goals, and win the year strong. And so, yeah, I love the fact that this is not one of those, you know, well, conferences or meetings where people come in and they get a lot of fluff stuff. So you actually have workshops built in where people could come in, roll up their sleeves and get some work done. So let me just say this, for those of you who attend, my workshop, your how to win with your social media game plan, you will be doing some work. So come prepared. Okay.
Workshop.
Yeah, come prepared to get her done. Okay. Because, like I said, the desire is for all of our attendees to walk away with actionable items and actionable things that they could implement in their business right away to finish the year strong.
And so that's the whole game plan. And then so missed a couple others. We're talking about the mindset of a game changer, because that's very key. You got to have that right mindset. So that's going to be a shift that's going to help you a whole lot. And then we're going to spend some time, and I say we, myself, really helping you implement that next 91 days, win the next 91 days, and reconnecting to your dynamic growth vision. Because that's the key thing, is just reconnecting, staying connected to that. And then all these other things are easier. Now, I didn't say they will be easy, but I said they will be easier. Okay. I want you to figure that out between now and next week. But that is the key part. And then implementing, from a social media standpoint, because social media is a critical part of your marketing. It helps the conversation happen while you're asleep, if done right. Okay. That to me, that's the powerful part about it, Turiya. And I'll share this here as we utilizing LinkedIn. And so there's a several step strategy. I think over 400 people have raised their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in Summer Growth Summit. I mean, well, I was like, okay, that's working better than I thought. But now that is the start of the conversation. So we have to close the conversation with those folks. And that is what I challenge you to come and learn how to do that in your platform. And that's what Turiya is going to spend some time helping you implement those steps. So Turiya, as we close out, because you have other obligations today, so I want to challenge you to just leave them with one thing, one reason why. Don't give them the whole pie. Just let them sample the pie like you do in Costco's and Sam's, so they will come back and ready to roll up their sleeves and work at the workshop on July the 29th.
Yeah, so like I said, it's all about taking a look at where we are in our year. And this is the thing, this is the time where you have to just be honest with yourself. So there are some people out there that could say, yes, I am on track to finish the year strong and hit the goals that I set for my business in the beginning of 2021. And then there are some of you out there, not so much. Okay. And like I shared, don't despair, because one of the things that I'm going to share with you is how you can use social media to power your goals. Okay. So as you take a look at some of the things that you're doing in your business, so many people might have events, conferences, workshops, coaching programs that they're launching. How do you use social media? Number one, like you said, Howard, to build brand awareness, out there around it, get your messaging out into the marketplace. Then the second step that you mentioned is the conversion. So we want to know, how can social media aid in that conversion process? And then after it's all said and done, how can you also use social media to provide outstanding, stellar customer service and create an experience around your brand? So like I said, I'm not going to give away the whole pie, but I want everyone to start to think about this, like every stage, of your process, your buyer's journey. Social media plays an integral part in each of those stages. And so we're going to talk about that and how you could start to implement those things, right away to help you finish the year strong.
Hey, I mean, see what just happened there? She gave you A, B, C, and D: awareness, branding, conversions, and dollars. That's right. That's A, B, C, and D. Why social media is very important. So I challenge you to show up. Just imagine if you've gotten that in these last 10 to 15 minutes. When you begin to work on it, what difference will it make? And then guess what? Also, you're going to hear how you'll be able to have ongoing support.
Yeah.
Ongoing, because that's the key part too. So show up, go ahead and click the links below, register for July the 29th. That's right, 29th, it's a whole afternoon. And the great part about it, several trainers, most trainers are going to present at least twice. So you get a chance to go deeper if you want to in one subject, or you get to look at 2 or 3 different things. And that is the part I love about our trainers, because each one are really trainers. That's what they are. And that's what we challenge them to do, and provide that training to help a person grow to their next level. That's why it's the Summer Growth Summit, where we help you make that change to win the second half. One change in your game plan will make a huge difference.
That's
So,
it.
Turiya, I'll give you the last words as we close out, and send you on your way to a great day.
All right. So if you have not as yet, secured your spot, secured your ticket to the Summer Growth Summit, you want to make sure that you do that. And then I'm also going to challenge everyone. Invite 2 of your business buddies or your business besties. Bring them along. We all know that growth is no fun when we're doing it by ourselves. We have to bring others along with us. So make sure that you go ahead and you share the Summer Growth Summit with at the very least, you don't have to stop at 2, but I'm going to say at the very least, invite 2 other colleagues to join you on the summit.
All right. Hey, guys, listen to Turiya. She told you, share is caring. And then growing with others is a whole lot more fun than growing by yourself. Trust me, it is. Because when you grow by yourself, others will look at you like you strange. I'm going to go back to Mississippi. You strange. You're like, hold up. What is he doing? Why is he changing?
I'll just say this, Howard. There's a saying, right? People say it all the time. It's lonely at the top. Here's what I say. If you're at the top and you're all alone and it's lonely, you didn't do something not quite right. Okay. So if you're at the top, it should not be lonely at the top. Bring others along with you.
Stop traveling by yourself. Stop growing by yourself. You don't like traveling by yourself. So then why should you grow by yourself? So bring some buddies to the Summer Growth Summit, but more importantly, come ready to work and to change your business, which can change your life if done properly. And with that said, Turiya, thanks again for hopping on with us today. We will see you and everyone else on the other side of the Summer Growth Summit. That's right, on the other side. But you got to register. So
I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.